know him as Eddie. San Jose, please welcome Mr. Rick Cosnett. And next, he plays Jay Garrick. Put your hands together for Mr. Teddy Sears.
Is this on? I play Zoom. I don't play Jay Garrick. I mean, I did for a second. And if you haven't seen season 2, then I'm sorry. I just ruined it for you.
My assistant is officially fired. But it's good to see you again, Teddy. And finally, I know that he played Firestorm. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and the only Mr. Robbie Amell.
All right, San Jose.
I just want to say I'm really sorry about the small crowd. I don't know. I expect
No one came. Pretty embarrassing.
Terrible turnout.
So, how's it like to look out in the crowd?
It's amazing, but I'm really distracted by bouncing people in the back, so...
Yeah. Can we...
They don't care about us at all.
They're just living right now, those kids.
You need a villain that has this power in the Flash, bouncing air. What kind of power would you want?
If I had superpowers, I usually go for the easy, my name's Iris, or I shoot lasers out of my irises. Yeah.
That was unexpected.
What about you?
I don't know, I like shoot thorns out of my palms. Yeah, that would be mine.
The first half of the season, I would shoot blue jays out of my hands. Jays? I don't know, that's dumb. I always say this, and it's true. I would love to be able to speak every language or sort of every dialect that would sort of give you instant access to anywhere in the world you want to travel. I know that could never happen, but it seems like that would be a great superpower.
You could pick a few and just start.
Wait, what do you pick a few languages?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do, Duolingo on Spanish on Duolingo or whatever. I can't. I'm like on day 2, so don't ask me. Don't say anything. Rosetta Stone, yeah.
I want to be able to teleport. I'm lazy, and I don't enjoy flying. Just let me teleport wherever I want to go.
It would also be good to sort of conjure any meal you wanted just with a thought, like milkshake. Just like...
Just the fattest power.
I hope you guys never get powers. There's no saving the world.
We're the type of people that deserve the
They want
powers.
milkshakes.
We would enjoy them.
It does. It says a lot about our inner life.
Yeah, I want milkshakes and I want to avoid the airport, basically, is what you're saying, right?
Do you think you would actually fight crime if you had your Irish power?
Oh, for
Real
sure.
life?
Yeah, in real life. Yeah, I think so. I like to think I'm a good person. I mean, don't cut me off in traffic. But other than that, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd use my powers
Irish
for good.
puncture. You guys, 2 mics right over here. Line up. We'll throw it out to you in just a minute. But first of all,
I'm next. I'm not next. Don't worry.
if we were on the show right now, a fist would come through your chest.
Yeah.
There's a juxtaposition like this show really, I think you guys delight in just subverting our expectations, just shocking us. Would you say that you enjoy that? Have you thought about it much?
We were just talking about how much goofballs we are, and so often, what's written as a very somber or straightforward scene, I mean, you put Tom and Grant and Carlos in that scene, they're not going to make it that somber. There's going to be some sort of humor that pops up, and I think that's just so true to life. Nothing is ever just black or just white. There's colors to it, and so we constantly try and find that in every single scene.
So, was the show not intended at first necessarily to, because I really do feel like there's like a twinkle in all your guys' eyes sometimes behind it. Like it's a good vibe until the fist comes to the chest.
Yeah.
So was that not the idea from the start? Are you saying that the personalities of the actors kind of brought that to the show?
I mean, I think that was an element of it. I mean, I think characters like Cisco Ramon, that was the character that was meant to be kind of lighthearted. But I think over time, I think the actors on the show have definitely, you know, put their own spin on the lightheartedness. You see Tom's character take on more of that, even Barry Allen, even Iris West sometimes. So it's something we all try to have a little bit of. We're very much aware of the fact that Barry Allen in his story is lighthearted, and so it should reflect that.
And I should say, it's easy to put your own spin on things when the writers aren't there.
Yeah.
And you have to make your own decisions about how you want the shape of the scene to be, and you know, if you get stuck, I guess you can make a phone call, but it's so much easier, especially guys who are real vets, like a Tom Cavanaugh, who will just, he's not going to ask questions, he's just going to do his thing. And even before it goes to be shot, you know, he and Carlos are in the corner, kind of rewriting this, they're coming up with their own thing, which really makes the scenes pop.
Yeah.
Because I think because they trusted us, not because they just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Especially your character, I thought, well, Eddie Thawne, he's going to be evil. But then the way you play it, I don't know if you're just, it feels like you're such a nice guy. And I imagine you're a nice guy in real life. And I
Said they were like, you're banned from The Flash forever. No, not really. Yeah, I mean, it was actually their decision to make him really nice, because when I first auditioned for it, I think, you know, one of the millions of auditions I did for it was, I played him quite as a bit of an asshole, and they were like, they wanted him to be nice the whole time, and like and we want everyone to love him, which was really, really smart, because then it made the love triangle so believable, and you know, that you were torn between the two, but yeah, I'm definitely not as good a person as Eddie.
Was it ever the plan, well, let's go with Teddy. Was it always the plan to have him be Zoom?
Yes, I was told by the writers before I accepted the role that this was how it was going to play out. So I was given the decision, I was given all the information up front, really. But then a lot of time went by between when we started, when they told me that was going to happen, and when we started shooting, and many months were unfolding, and there was no mention from them about, you know, them following through on their word, and that was music to my ears, because I was growing pretty attached to playing Jay. I just thought that Jay was great. He was sort of a great addition to Team Star Labs, and it was really fun to be on the team with all these great actors, but just great people. You know, every week we're foiling the plot of the week, and I loved being a part of that. And then there was the episode where you know, they're trying to find the doppelganger, and then Hunter Zolomon is in the park. And that's when I read the script. That's when I knew that they were going to follow through on their plan, because Hunter Zolomon in the comics becomes Zoom. And it was great fun playing Jay until I started playing Zoom, and the bad guy is always more fun to play because there's more places to go with it. Yeah.
And when you read that script, what went through your mind? How'd you feel?
I was a little sad because, like I said, I'd grown attached to Jay. I thought he was a cool addition. So there was a little bit of a mourning. And I remember the first time I stood across from those guys at Star Labs as their enemy. You know, I was always shoulder to shoulder on one side of the desk with them, helping them out. And then there was the day we were shooting. I was, you know, in Star Labs, and I was the enemy for the first time, unmasked, and it was hard because I'd become friends with everyone, and it was hard to be their adversary, even on camera. It was hard to hate these guys, but I got over that pretty quickly because I had to. We had so much bad stuff to come. I had to get over that really fast.
It looked like you had a lot of fun with it. The only scene where I thought might have been especially hard. Thank you. Really nice.
It really is okay.
Was when you had.
You're really nice. You're really nice. In person.
I told you.
Yeah.
You guys.
Back off.
If I threw it over there. When you had Danielle Caitlin over in your lair, that seemed like it might be tough to play because it was so creepy.
There's nothing creepy about her being chained to a bed, and you know, and those sheets haven't been changed in 300 years. And yeah, no, it was hard. It was. But I will say the hardest scene was the Henry Allen scene. You guys have all seen this. Yeah, that was a tough one to do. That was on my birthday too. I remember that was on my birthday, and we shot that scene. We overshot that scene, so it was hard. By the end of it, we didn't really have much left. But Grant was crying, he was really crying, and I had to be a bastard, take after take after take. That was the one that was the most challenging. Well, whatever. It's part of signing up to be the a-hole bad guy. You just got to do it.
Are you caught up, Robbie? Are you still tuned in?
The show? No, I stopped when they killed me. I'm tuning in every week to see these people.
Well, how does it feel knowing
It's
that
like hanging out with an ex-partner, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Like,
How does it feel
Caitlin's
about-
already moving on.
Well, now you know she ended up with this psycho supervillain. How does that?
Good. She deserved it.
Why did they kill off Ronnie? Like
Which time?
the first time, well, the second time.
First time, well, you think I'm dead, I'm not dead, I get my powers. Second time was because I had to save, the episode is titled The Man Who Saved Central City. That's not Barry Allen. That's Ronnie Raymond. Blew himself up. To be honest with you, the main thing it came down to was I was unavailable to be Firestorm in Legends of Tomorrow. And they needed someone who was available for every episode. So Greg Berlanti, being the great friend and producer he was, he said, "We will kill you. Hear me out. We will kill you. We will bring a new Firestorm in, move him over to Legends, and hopefully bring you back whenever you're available." So the nice thing about that was getting to come back and play Deathstorm and have some fun. And, Danielle was so pumped to be Killer Frost. From day one, it was really great to be a part of that episode with her. And, I've become so close with the cast. It's just, and the crew is most of the crew from the Tomorrow people, because we got canceled when they got picked up. So it's really nice to come back to Vancouver, hang out with my cousin, his family, hang out with the Flash cast, the crew. It just kind of feels like home. So I'll go back whenever they have me, and I keep emailing Berlanti that whenever he wants to bring me back for whatever they're on, I'm available.
I'm expecting you with this whole Flashpoint thing up to see all of you guys on there.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the phone to ring.
Sure. Me too, actually. So.
I'm there.
No, you're too big a diva. You're not coming back.
Shut up.
I have a ton more questions, but there's so many people lined up, so let's throw it. That's a good question.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, wow. That one was dark.
Never
That's
been asked
dark.
that question.
Lots of times.
Lots of times. Not on this show. But, oh, you mean like in general?
Or on the show,
The
on
Flash?
the Flash.
In general.
Oh, honey.
Yeah.
Yes.
How much time you got?
Yeah. Story
Hundreds
of
and
my
hundreds
life.
of times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Part of being an actor, and maybe the worst part of being an actor, is being told no without a real reason. A lot of times when you don't get the role, they'll be like, they really liked you, but
That's dumb.
sometimes you just tell yourself that even though it's awesome. Did you see that? It sucked.
I never do that.
Did any of you audition for any other parts on Flash? No.
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 Yeah, we all got our, I know. But perseverance, that's the bottom line, right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda.
Over here, what's your name? Where are you from?
So my name is Alan, and I'm from San Jose, and I was wondering if I can ask two quick questions. The first being, so remember in season 2 how Cisco, the vibe was like we were getting more details into his powers, and now that Barry messed up the timeline, And I saw the trailer for season 3, and he looks like a total ass, and he looks like the boss, and he's rich. Will we get to see him like show off his powers, or what's gonna happen with that?
Oh man.
Tread carefully.
What can you say?
That's a hard question for me to answer.
You have to watch it.
Yeah, I don't.
What do you want to happen?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I have one more quick question. I mean, since Barry messed up the timeline, and will that affect the crossovers with Arrow and the Supergirl? Because, I mean, it's a whole different timeline that's going on with Barry Allen. And,
I think they said somewhat, or I hope they said, there will be some effects with Barry having, gone back in time to see his mother. We'll see some effects of that on other shows. Yeah.
And thank you very much.
Thank you. Next. Over here. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, my name is Ethan, and I'm from Brentwood. And I have a question, kind of for like this half of the panel.
The dead half.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I was like, men? You mean the men?
With Barry screwing up the timeline, what is the possibility of you guys coming back, and how would you like to see your characters come back?
Great. Well, I have so many ideas. I mean, there's 150 possibilities. But my favorite one would probably be for finally all the jealousy and all the dark feelings to start affecting me, and then this poison tree start to grow within Eddie, and then he just completely flips and becomes this huge super villain. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite poetic. I know.
Wow, that's awesome. I guess with the timeline messed up, there's absolutely possibilities for all of us to come back. I know all of us would love it. I think we all had a great time there. I don't think any one of us has shot anything, though. You haven't shot anything for season 3. Okay, yeah. So they're just getting underway, and I mean, we're literally all waiting for the email or a phone call to say, hey guys, we have an idea. We'd love to do this and this, and I think we'd all be there in a second.
This would actually never happen, but I would just like to come back, and for some reason I'm Bruce Wayne. For no reason at all. Steven used to joke around about it on Arrow, where he'd be coming out of like a building and I'd be getting into a limo, and he would just go, hey Bruce. Hey Oliver. Just get in the limo and drive away.
Thank you. Maybe on those we will see that.
Dick Grayson would be cool too.
I was a big fan of the 90s Flash TV series, and so I thought it was so cool to see John Wesley's ship back in the duds. And I was wondering if any of you were around him when that happened, and how was he excited about it?
Yeah. Were you there? You were there? No.
I killed him. That was
you
it.
killed him, that's it. Yeah, I remember the day he stepped out on set, and I took a photo of him, which I've never posted because, I mean, it's personal, it's his, but I remember thinking, wow, this is really cool and super iconic. And I think it was a bit weird for him, I don't know, to be back in a suit and suited up. I don't know what that must have been like, but we were all pretty excited about just the idea that, here's John Wesley's ship, the original Flash, and here he is now on our show, reimagining, a new Flash for a new generation. It was really, really special.
Back to grab. What's your name? Where are you from?
Question.
There you go.
There you go.
There we are. Question is, you always are all playing characters that have such rich history throughout DC Comics. I mean, there's decades of Flash. There's always been Iris. There's always been Zoom. Did you guys do any research reading comics before you got the role or during it, or were you just going to take your own spin and go with the writers told you?
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, I know when we were doing the pilot and stuff, all of us had stacks of Flash comics. First of all, because we were just so excited to be part of this new thing. And a lot of us hadn't read them. And so we used to bring them on set and kind of go crazy with that. And then I also got into the research like on the internet. I mean, there was just way too much stuff out there. There's like all this, I didn't know the difference between at that stage like fan fiction and what was like actual DC stuff. And so I was really quite confused.
You can get into a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I'm like, but wasn't it? They're like, what? No. Also, I don't know, they thought I was going to be Jay Garrick during the pilot. But then I guess they changed their minds.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It says in my contract. I saw it the other day because I had to use it for like getting my green card. And I saw it said Eddie Thorne and then it had in quotations Jay Garrick. And I was like, wow. Yeah.
So did you go read a bunch of Jay Garrick comics?
Yeah, I was all about the Jay Garrick thing. And then
You've been playing Jay Garrick this entire time.
I still thought I was, wait, you were Jay Garrick?
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Now John Wesley Shipp is Jay Garrick? Everyone but you is Jay Garrick.
Who's next? Gosh.
Over here?
For here.
Hi, I'm Faith, and my question is for Candice. So I was wondering if you could choose for Iris to choose between Eddie or Barry, who would you choose?
Why would you set me up like that?
Don't butter her up. They're buttering her up for the answer.
That's cheating.
Okay.
It's really hard. Obviously, I mean, when we were shooting the Eddie and Iris thing, I was big into that ship. I think it was a healthy, sane, romantic relationship.
I feel like there's a butt coming.
But he did. So, I don't know. She can't really live in the past. I think we're moving into a storyline where she is ready to move forward and find love again.
Can a person have two soulmates? Is it possible?
To have two soulmates?
Yeah.
No.
No, that's cheating. That's cheating.
This is so sad. I was on a plane, and
Yeah.
there's a bunch of Flash episodes on the plane, and it was one of the episodes near the end of season 2 where you came back, and they did the iPhone video. He takes the iPhone video. This is so sad to see this. You just throw him under the bus like this.
So harsh, don't touch me.
I can never win this argument. I can never win this argument. I don't know. Destiny's destiny, you know? I don't know.
Rick, how was it to come back for that episode? Did you just fall back into it? Was it?
Well, it was intense, actually, you know, because first of all, you know, when we do the read-through, we basically have the writer's room on Skype, and you can see them and they can see you. Now this time, I came back to the episode and I was in the writer's room in LA on Skype to them, and I could see my old life, like on the screen in front of me, and it was literally like mirroring exactly what was happening in the episode. Like I had died and I was on the other side, and my chair was empty, and everyone was sitting in exactly the same place. Oh, you look so sad. I know, sorry, and I'm saying it with such a smile on my face because I'm just masking all the sadness underneath. But it was crazy, and they wrote it so beautifully that it was so easy to act it because, all I had to do was make Eddie his usual lovely self, and everyone was
And on the other
fine.
hand, on my side of it, it was so easy to do that Iris watching that video. It was me watching Rick, because I was just like, I miss Rick so much, this is so sad. And so a lot of that was coming from, yeah, it was really
It's a good episode.
Yeah, I really loved that moment, and I was really glad they wrote that in.
We had one. So it's obviously you're touched by that, like losing him on the show, and as a friend having to go away. So then he comes back for an episode. It is almost like your dead fiance comes back to life for a little while, but then it's gone again. Like, was that emotionally tough? Or was it just awesome to see Rick back for an episode?
No, it was, I mean, it's amazing to see him back, but it's also very emotionally tough. You know, we're away in Canada, away from our family and friends, and so especially season 1 when the show is fresh and you're like, oh my god, I'm on the show, and it's The Flash, and I'm playing Iris West, and you're Eddie Dawn, and you think you're going to go on this journey with these people for years and years and years, and you form bonds with actors and relationships, and then you just never know who's going to be here and for how long. And so it taught me to really value the relationships I have while they're there, because you never know when it's going to be the end for any of us.
Absolutely, and so it was so shocking and really sad for all of us when we found out that I was dying. it was crazy like that, but it does make you completely, you're right, appreciate things while you have them. So it was quite profound.
I think it's the beauty of what we do at these shows is now you're sitting next to each other right now. So you're right there.
It's a lot of the reason I will agree to do conventions. I'm like, who's going to be there, Rick? Okay, great, sign me up.
Beautiful. Hi there, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Matthew from Redwood City, and my question is, if you were to pick a seasoned villain who is not a speedster, who would you guys like to see?
Seasoned villain who's not a speedster, who would you like to see?
Deathstorm, for sure. Easy. Teaming up with... Damn it, you're a speedster. Not you.
I don't know. You mean one that we've already seen or one that we haven't seen yet?
Like a new character.
Oh, a new character.
Ooh.
Do you have someone in mind?
Not really.
Just putting that all on us, huh? Come up with...
It'd be really cool to have Caitlyn go full bad for a season. Like Killer Frost as like a full season villain, because you guys are all so close, it would be so internal. That would be a good season of TV.
Yeah.
But then you'd have to figure out a way for her to be good again after, because you don't want to kill her.
Thanks.
Thank you. Hi there, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, my name is Naveen. I'm from Sacramento, California. I just wanted to say I love Candice on the show. She's amazing and she's so brilliant.
Thank you so much.
My question
You don't have to pick favorites. We're all wrong.
Hey, I was upset when you died. So, with the Flash movie coming out, a lot of your characters are going to make an appearance on the show, from the show on the movie and all of that. Are there any themes or characters that you really want to see come out, or maybe are not so happy about being in the movie? What do you feel about it?
I haven't really thought about it, but I would love to see Eddie Dawn in the movie. I'd love to see someone try.
We're just about out of time, but I wanted to ask you guys before we wrap, what have you guys got coming up that you're most excited about?
I have a Netflix movie coming out, I believe September 16th, called Arc. Kind of like a Edge of Tomorrow time loop thriller.
Meets Joan of Arc?
No.
Meets Noah's Ark? It's a biblical thriller?
No, the Ark has nothing to do with it. But it's with Rachel Taylor from Jessica Jones, another superhero show, and a crazy horror movie where I'm trying to kill a 12-year-old kid called The Babysitter, which will be end of this year or early next.
That's McG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just finished another Netflix movie called When We First Met with Adam Devine from Workaholics and Pitch Perfect, who's extremely funny. And Code 8, the script was just finished. It is 122 pages, and it is awesome. It is so good. Chris Pare and Jeff Chan, who wrote the short film, wrote the script. Steven hasn't read it yet, wherever he is, because we only have hard copies because we don't want the script getting out anywhere. So he gets his hard copy tomorrow when he lands in LA. But It's massive and it's awesome, and that's, you know, all thanks to you guys that supported it. So we're gonna shoot May, June, July in Toronto, and it's going to be way bigger than any of us ever imagined it could be. So thank you.
This ridiculous mustache on my face is because I'm shooting season 4 of Masters of Sex, which is set around 1970. So, you know, there you go. And then I'll be in the Fox reboot of 24, which is going to air right after the Super Bowl in February. So we'll start shooting that in a few weeks in Atlanta, and it should be great. So look out for that.
Wow, so it's Masters of Sex. Is Allison Janney still on that show?
No.
Okay.
She did.
She's hilarious.
She's great.
Well, I've got a few things going on in New York, but you're just gonna have to wait and see what they are.
So secretive.
So mysterious.
I'm on The Flash. Never again.
I'm alive. Ooh.
So, solo panels from now on?
Oh, God. I missed you guys. I really forgot what it was like, but this is just bringing it all back. Can't wait for you guys to come back.
We miss you too.
We can just have you on the panel next time.
Great, yeah, great. Yeah, no, Flash, October, something.
What can you say? I mean, what do you like to say to hype up season 3?
Obviously, we know Flashpoint is coming. If you've seen the 3 trailer, there's a lot of new versions of characters, Cisco Ramon in particular. We're all a little bit different, which will be really exciting. We're all forever changed by what Barry has done. And in terms of my character, Iris, I'm hoping for more of her in picture news. I think you can hope to see her and Barry really try and finally get on the same page and give their relationship a go. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming up season 3. I think it's going to be really, really good.
We're looking forward to it. Who's looking forward to season 3? Thank you guys so much for having all you guys here. Let's give these guys a big hand.
Big hand. Thanks. Robbie, Amell. Great cast,